everyone, it's Aparri here, and welcome back to another brand new Animal Jam video. And in today's video, to just start it off, we have one of my buddies right here that is telling me to put something bad on trade, so I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and put something bad on and see if they give me anything good. So I'll put this Arctic hood on my trade list, and I guess we'll just wait to see what they trade me, because they just randomly came into my den and told me to put something on trade. And this is definitely not my buddy, but that is a cool little light up flower ring that I haven't seen before. So that was pretty cool, but now, whoa, here's the actual trade from Punctuation, and they're trading me a green long rare spike collar and blue cupid wings, which are actually the glitched ones that not that many people know are glitched because they have that white little gloss right there. So thank you very much, Punctuation, for these giveaway items, and I will be giving these away at the end of today's video, and I just want to say thank you in all caps right now so they know I'm grateful. But yeah, also Wolfers Bear was just wearing those brand new candy cane horns that just came out as today's Jamaa Day gift, and I think that they are so funny, except I wish I had like the red and black ones that I'm pretty sure AJHQ has instead of these purple ones, because obviously they don't go that good with my outfit. And I think the red and black ones would go perfect with my Scullies and also just everything else on my look. So if anybody has those, I will be trading for some red and black candy cane horns. But anyways, guys, in today's video, we actually have a really interesting topic to talk about that I've actually done a video on a few times before, and that is that we are going to be talking about future animals that could be coming to AJ. Because in the latest Jamaa journal, they have a section here called Coming Soon, where they basically just talk about an animal that the alphas are eventually going to find. And it says, we don't know many details, but we have just heard from the alphas that a new animal may soon be coming to Jamaa, and we will keep you posted as soon as we learn more. So that basically confirms that in the next couple of updates here, Animal Jam is definitely going to be releasing a brand new animal. And whenever they announce something like that, I always like to make a video on just speculating about what future animals could be coming to AJ. And also, the other two times that I've done a video like this, they've done incredibly well, and you guys seem to really enjoy them. So that's what I'm just going to be doing here today, and I'm just going to be spewing all of the animals that I have in my brain out into the microphone, and hopefully you guys like some of the ideas that I have. And also, I'm going to be talking about some ideas that the other famous jammers had, because earlier today in a group chat that I have with other famous jammers, we were all talking about some animals that we'd like to see come to AJ. So I just think that this was a perfect time to do it, because they also all had some great ideas. And with that being said, let's just go ahead and hop right into the first animal here. So first up, we have an animal that I wanted to see come to Animal Jam that I thought was a perfect animal for especially this time of the year, and that animal I'm talking about is the winter wolf. And a lot of you guys might be wondering to yourself right now, but Aparri, what is the winter wolf? Well, basically what I imagine it to be is to be basically just like the spring bunny, and how Animal Jam took like one of the original 6 starter animals and just basically put a pattern onto it and named it after a season. And so for the spring bunny, it's obviously named after spring, which is one of the 4 seasons, and I think the wolf would be another perfect animal to do this with, because first of all, winter and wolf both start with W's, and I love my alliteration. And then the wolf is already an insanely popular animal among non-members and members, so I feel like if they released a winter wolf, that it wouldn't be just an animal that you play for 2 days and then delete after because you get bored of it. And then lastly, I already have an idea as to what the pattern could be that you put on the wolf, and that is just a bunch of snowflakes that surround it, just like it is with the bunny, where there's a bunch of flowers that surround it. And if they release the winter wolf, it could be just like the spring bunny, where they surround it with snowflakes, and wherever you go, there's just a bunch of snowflakes that follow you in a trail. And just the cherry on top, in my opinion, as to why AJ needs to do this, is because the first day of winter is tomorrow, and what better time would it be to release a winter wolf than on the first day of winter? And I know that it's definitely not going to happen, because I mean, it's not like Animal Jam's going to watch this video and then overnight make the winter wolf and produce it the next day, but it still would be cool if they watch this and then really just take it into consideration, because I'm pretty sure that it would be a hit animal, and it would make Animal Jam so much money, just like the spring bunny did. And honestly, I think AJHQ would be kind of dumb not to do this, just because of how successful the spring bunny was. And I think the wolf would be even more successful, just because it's one of the main animals that everyone loves, just like the Arctic wolf. And then all of the next ideas are coming from every other Animal Jam YouTuber that I talked to today, which are Snowy Claw, Twinkle, and Bepper. So let's just jump into the first 2 that Snowy Claw suggested. And the first one out of the 2 that she wanted was an animal that you can actually find in Mount Shavir, and it's a part of the journey book where this hot sauna is, and it's this animal right here, the red panda. And I think that the red panda would be such a cool animal to add into the game, because if you look at it, it looks kind of like a mix of a fox and a raccoon at the same time, and then it also has a really cool pattern on its fur, so I think that it would make for a pretty good animal. So that was a pretty cool one that Snowy Claw said, and I think that that would be another playable animal that Animal Jam could add into the game. That wouldn't be an animal like the polar bear, where people just buy it and then delete it 2 days later because they're bored of it. And then the next one that Snowy said was actually an animal that I'd love to see on Animal Jam too, and that is the puffin. Because if you guys don't know, the puffin is actually a flying animal that can go underwater as well. So it would be the first ever animal in AJ that would be a flying animal that goes underwater. And I just think that would be so sick, because obviously it would be the first of its kind, and it would definitely have replayability, and also maybe even make people want to go underwater, because then they could test out like what the items looked like on it and stuff like that, and see the actions that it has. So I think it would at least revive the underwater underwater for a day or two, and maybe if Animal Jam added something underwater like the underwater diamond shop in the same update that they added a puffin, I think that could actually revive the underwater. So yeah, the puffin I think is another animal that we need to see in Animal Jam, and obviously Animal Jam can't add all of these animals like all at once, but I think in 2017 it would be cool to eventually see an animal that could fly and go underwater. And then up next there were 3 suggestions from Twinkle0122AJ, who has a YouTube channel with over 100,000 subs if you don't know her. And the first animal she said that she wants to see is a snake, which I think would be really interesting for Animal Jam to add into the game, because if you just think about it, I don't think the snake would be able to wear any wristbands or socks or anything like that, and so you'd have to ask yourself, how would AJ put those onto the snake? And then also, I've never seen any animal on AJ before slither around like a snake would, so I'm really curious to see how they would actually animate something like that if they ever did bring out a snake animal. And then Twinkle also said that AJHQ could add an animal like a narwhal to maybe revive the underwater, since the narwhal is such a popular underwater animal and it also has a bunch of songs made about it and stuff like that, and I think it could make for some pretty cool AJ music videos. But then the last suggestion that Twinkle had is actually the one that I think I agree the most with, and that was to add something like a buffalo or a yak into the game. And if you guys don't know what that is, it's basically something like this thing right here, I guess. Just a very big animal with a huge torso and big horns on its head, and just a very gigantic animal in stature. And I think that would be really cool to see, because it would be like a chance for Animal Jam to redeem themselves after the polar bear. Because I mean, not that many items look good on the polar bear, but if Animal Jam could actually make items look good on something like a buffalo, I think that it would end up being an amazing animal for them to add to AJ. And then all of these last animal suggestions are all animals that my sister Bepper thought would look good inside of Animal Jam. And the first one that she said was an albatross. And if you guys don't know what an albatross is, it's basically just kind of like a duck that can fly, and it looks just really amazing. So I'll put a picture up on the screen right now of what it looks like, and I think that it would be another cool flying animal, because we don't really have any flying animals right now that are duckish or a part of the duck family tree, I guess you could say. And I'm not sure if the albatross could travel underwater like the puffin could, but once again, if it could go underwater, I think it would be an amazing idea to finally get a flying animal that could go underwater. And then the next animal that Bepper thought would be a good add-on to AJ is the African wild dog, which if you watch the Would You Rather video I did with her, she also said that she'd like to see an African wild dog in the game. So I'm pretty sure she's basically just obsessed with that animal, and I'll put that on the screen as well, because it is pretty cute, but then again, it might be a little bit too similar to some animals that we already have. So let me know if you guys like the idea of an African wild dog being added to AJ. But then the next animal that she wanted to see come to AJ is actually a very interesting animal that is called a maned wolf, but it's not actually a wolf, and I think it's more of like a foxish kind of animal. So once again, I'll put this on the screen, and it looks really cool. Like, in my opinion, it looks like a deer, fox, and wolf all mixed together into one like cool animal. And I also think that a lot of items would look good on it, and that a lot of people would actually play as it, just because it looks like a lot of people's favorite animals all combined together. And overall, I don't think it's a bad animal at all to add into Animal Jam. And then the last animal that Bepper suggested was an antelope, and if you don't know what an antelope is, it's basically a mix of a goat and a deer, so it's like a deer with goat horns on it. And I don't know if AJ would ever add this, just because it looks a lot like a deer, and if they ever came out with one, I feel like it would be almost identical to a deer. And I think there's a possibility of one day AJ actually bringing an antelope to the game, but not anytime soon, because I think there's definitely other animals that could be prioritized over it, like the winter wolf or the puffin or any other animals that I mentioned. But yeah guys, I think that's pretty much about going to wrap it up for today's video of me just talking about some future animals that me, along with a couple other Animal Jam YouTubers, think should be added into the game. And now what I'm gonna go ahead and do after I post this video is that I'm gonna leave a straw poll link down in the description down below, and it'll be the first link in the description, where you guys can vote and tell me what your favorite animal was that I mentioned in this video. And then in about a day or two after this video is uploaded, I'm going to be sending that poll to AJHQ themselves, and then hopefully this video can actually have some sort of impact on how Animal Jam actually releases animals. So I think that would be really cool if we actually all came together and all voted on the straw poll in the description to let AJHQ know what animals the people want the most and what animals this community really just wants overall. But now let's get into today's daily giveaway. So you guys already know what I'm going to be giving away today, and that is some blue Cupid wings and this green rare long spike collar. And all you have to do to have a chance at winning it is really simple, is one, leave a like on this video, and I will be checking if you left a like before I pick you as a winner, so just make sure you like the video. And then number two, after you subscribe to my channel, click on the little bell button besides the subscribe button, and then check off the little box that says send me notifications for this channel so you're updated whenever I post a new video. And then lastly, number three, just leave a comment in the comment section down below telling me an animal that I didn't mention in this video that you would like to see added into Animal Jam. And also make sure your username is in your comment, so if I pick you as a winner, then I will know who to send the prize to. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and if you made it this far into the video, then leave Santa is a pineapple somewhere in your comment. And with that being said, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button right in the face, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace out.